is a place in Nigeria that was named after the first president of Kenya. I'm standing in front of Kenyatta Market in Enugu, Nigeria, to tell you why Jomo Kenyatta was named after this place. A great man who helped free Kenya from colonial rule. Jomo Kenyatta was born in the 1980s in a Kikuyu village in Kenya. As a boy, he looked after goats and learned the ways of his people. But he also saw something sad. The British were taking land from African farmers and forcing them to work for little money. Kenyatta joined a group called the East African Association, which fought for Africans to keep their land. In 1929 and again in the 1930s, he traveled all the way to London to ask British leaders to make things better, but they didn't listen. Kenyatta studied in the UK and even in the Soviet Union, learning about leadership and politics. When he returned home, anger against British rule had grown. A group called the Mau Mau began fighting for freedom. The British blamed Kenyatta and said he was the leader, even though there was little proof. In 1953, he was sent to prison for 7 years, but he was locked up even longer. This didn't stop the fight. Kenyatta became a symbol of hope for Kenya. By the early 1960s, pressure from Kenyans and the rest of the world forced Britain to talk. Finally, in 1963, Kenya became independent and Jomo Kenyatta became the first prime minister, later the first president. Under his rule, Kenya's economy grew very fast. So fast that some call it an economic miracle. He made farming a top priority, especially tea and coffee that could be sold overseas. Kenyatta also taught a message called Harambee, which means pulling together to unite the country. He led Kenya until his death in 1978. To many, he is still the father of the nation, the man who turned the dream of freedom into real life. Kenyatta Market in Enugu was named after him to show African unity and love between countries. God bless Kenya and God bless my sweet Enugu state for honoring this man. Thank you for watching Ogadi Tomorrow.